Well, it is almost time to leave again. It feels like I'm on vacation. You know, that 2 days before your vacation day, before you head to the airport, if you've gone away somewhere, that's how it feels. Although I have to leave tomorrow morning, that's the feeling I get, is that, I'm only another 11 hours from heading back to Pennsylvania. And the summer's been weird, obviously, for everybody, but especially for me, how it's played out for me especially. And the fall is going to be much more weird, right? This video I made last, I'm going down to Shoppers Drug Mart to get some more toothpaste and whatnot, and I just live down the street from it. And it dawned on me that I mean to every week, and I will from here on in for the rest of the summer, talk to everybody about the sales that are coming up and what it will mean for me, what we are going to do in sales season. I've talked about how we're going to start a little marketing and advertising, reaching out to breeders to let them know that we're here and we're willing to work with them if the circumstances are right. I think the problem the breeders are going to have is the reality of what is about to happen is going to sink in quickly. Everybody's going to be optimistic heading to the sales. If they go to the sales or selling their horses online, everybody's going to be optimistic. And I really think without that large crowd sale mentality, there's going to be a lot of people let down. Now, what I mean by that, you might say, well, I don't understand. So when a trainer goes to a sale with an owner, a lot of trainers, not this one, but a lot of trainers. I'm going to pull over for a sec. So I want to get this right. When a trainer goes to a sale with an owner, they have certain expectations, right? Like any people. The coldest, calculating, surgical owners and trainers aren't the same. I'm talking about the vast majority of people. So they'll go and look at a horse once, twice, they'll pull it out, decide if they like it or not, and then whether they talk about it or not, they put a price. Well, they likely talk about it. Of course they talk about it. They put a price on the horse, much like we do. The difference is, when you get to a sale, all of a sudden, somehow, a $30,000 horse might be a $40,000 horse. Now, what I mean by that is, you get in the heat of the sale, you're in the back ring, or you're sitting down up front with your trainer, and you want to bid, you want to get this horse for $20,000, 5, 10, 15, 20, maybe you want to get it for 100, it doesn't matter. You get to that number, you've been in the heat of battle, you feel like you've been in this heat of battle, and you stretch, right? And all of a sudden, 25 seems, 35 is not a big deal, and that's $10,000. That's almost 30% of what you were going to pay. And it happens all the time. Then you get the bid spotters that are there. They're a little sneaky sometimes too. All of a sudden there's a bid that appears out of nowhere because they know that you're hot to bid on the horse. Don't kid yourself. This happens all the time. They see you bid 10 and you look excited, and a seasoned bid spotter will say, there's a bid there, when there's none there. They'll go back to you. You'll bid again. If they feel really cocky, they'll do it again. We've seen, and if you're a trainer, you know what I'm talking about. You've been to these sales many, many times. They've been caught doing it. Oh, I made a mistake. I thought that he was bidding. Well, there's no he there. It wouldn't matter if there's a bleachers were full of female. Oh, I thought he bid. It wouldn't matter. These are the things that happen at a sale, whether it be that adrenaline rush of wanting to buy the horse, or whether it be bid spotters that can run those prices up. There's money. There's money that is there. That won't be there if you're sitting in front of a keyboard. Now, you and your trainer have talked about what you're going to bid on the horse. It's in an online auction. You're maybe a little elderly and you don't want to go to the sale. There's no vaccine for COVID-19. I don't want to be around crowds. I don't care if I have a mask on or not. Maybe your trainer goes, but you are not there. The owner is not there. So the trainer says, what do you want to go? Bob, Peter, Sally, whatever. Go to 25. Okay. Now you're not there. 25 is 25. 25 is not 35. 25 is not a couple of bid spotters away from 30. 25 is 25. And maybe you're the one at home bidding. No, I let that one go. I didn't like it. Whereas you might have somehow fallen in love with that horse at the sale. And it happens all the time. So what's about to happen is these breeders, if they go to the sale, you're going to have less of a crowd. And you're going to have a much more surgical atmosphere where those lines are drawn. But now they're drawn in cement. They're not drawn in sand, right? There's not, we wanted to get him for 20, but we paid 28. Geez, he's a good-looking horse. There won't be any of that. Now somebody is at home, in the comfort of their home, where there is no adrenaline, where there is no, watching the screen, there's no, are not watching the horse and being in the trenches, so to speak. Just somebody sitting at home. So I think you're going to see, just because of the lack of sale atmosphere, right? The lack of you being there, or the owner being there, you're going to see prices be less. That's not even factoring in the actual less money that's available this year. And there is. Don't kid yourself. This industry isn't immune from the world, from the financial strappings of the world. This is horse racing. Most people that have a fair amount of money to spend do this as, for the most part, a hobby. This is their second job, right? It might be their first love, but it's their second job. And it's hard to believe that those first jobs aren't going to be affected negatively by COVID-19 and the economics surrounding it. So I think the breeders are going to be in for a cold shower when they get to these sales, or when they put their horses through the ring. Somebody asked me yesterday, why are there so many horses at the Ohio, the usual scratch and dent sale, right? The one that Johnny tells me to stay away from all the time. Because people want to get the first money. They don't want to wait until the Indiana sale after Lexington, before Harrisburg. Or those dates are going to change because Harrisburg's moving. So, and those dates are fluid everywhere. So I don't know, but they don't want to wait too long. I see a lot of Indiana breds in this sale. And the good news is, I guess not good news, I'm personally going to attempt to be extremely frugal this year in purchasing, because I believe there's going to be a number of breeders send us horses, but we still have to pay for them. So that brings me to the last point, the one that I'm going to keep beating this drum all throughout the summer. I can't go into the sales blindly. And in the past I have. I've had clients that have come along. Kenny was there. Preston was there. A number of clients come with me to the sale. They meet us there. We walk around. We look at horses. It's fun. I love hanging out with our clients. It's one of my favorite things to do. They're not going to be there this year, right? I might not. So I want to go and look at, well, I'll likely be there, I suppose. But I want to go look at some of the horses, something I haven't done before. So Bill and Alan have reached out to me a number of times about going to farms in Ohio, and I'm going to. I'm going to go to the sale in Ohio. But as I said to you, I can't go there blindly. So it's incumbent on me, and I had one of our clients reach out today and say, geez, Ramona Hall was a $70,000 yearling. Ramona Hill, sorry. I said, yeah. Yeah, she was, yeah. Well, that's in our wheelhouse. Okay. Miss Meringue was a $60,000 yearling. So it's not to say that Miss Meringue's not going to get her money back and be a nice horse, but she's not Ramona Hill. There's tons of people out there that bought $300,000, $400,000 horses. Has anybody seen the $1 million horses yet? Haven't seen them. Didn't win the Houghton, I know that. So I have to ask. Everybody wants a Ramona Hill. So somebody said, well, you know what? I'd be willing to put in a fifth if somebody wanted to buy like a $100,000 yearling. Yeah, that won't be hard. Every single year we try and do that. Every year we have a small group of clients that want to put together a big chunk of money to try and buy a Ramona Hill. Everybody does. It's not on the top of the things of a list of things that we want to do, because we all know you're not buying Ramona Hill for $70,000. You're buying the hope of Ramona Hill for $70,000. And if it was that easy to do, there would be no $1 million horses, and Ramona Hill would not have sold for $70,000. So I'm game. I always am. We do have, so I would suspect, again this year at some point. Now, this particular client wants pristine confirmation. Maybe we should hire somebody to look at confirmation. Okay. Why? I mean, you can look at confirmation. Here's the thing about, and I told them this, they named a name, somebody they wanted to approach to come and pick out a horse for us. Okay. Let me tell you something about the people that know so much about this industry. So you pick out a yearling. If it turns out good, you're a genius. You just picked out a great horse. If it turns out bad, trainer must have ruined him. Oh, the horse was sick, or the horse was lame. It just didn't work out, just one of those things. You can never be wrong. It's never your fault. You're an analyst. You don't have to get in the trenches anymore. So when it comes to picking out the horses, you guys can use websites on Pedigree or a Ouija board for all I care. But at the end of the day, you still have to have training, work ethic, a good attitude. Don't forget luck and timing. Those 5 things, if you don't have them, you're not getting any Ramona Hills. I can list a litany of issues that are going to come up between now and next July. Let's be honest. You know what you need? You need luck. That's what you need. You need a horse that's going to be healthy, stay sound, train down, have a good attitude, and then get to the races and stay healthy and sound all year. Draw good post positions. Be put in a position to win races all the time, and then follow through and win them. That's what you need. And no analyst is going to get that for you. They might tell you they're going to get you a head start. That's good. That's great. No. And it's not to say that I wouldn't take in any information from anybody that's provided. I'm always going to soak up all the information you can, and you should in this game. I don't mean to take it lightly. And, I will tell you this. Any old horseman will tell you, the day you stop learning in this game is the day it's over, right? The day you think that you know, is the day you don't. So, yeah, we always want to put together that group where, yeah, we're going to bid on a horse. I went to 140,000, 130,000 2 years ago on that Cadabra filly. That was no good. I went to 130 or 140,000. And these are horses that are bought by big stables, by the way. This isn't Anthony saying, oh, I just like that horse. He's brown. This was a horse that we picked out. We had it x-rayed. We had it vetted out. We had it looked at. The pedigree worked out. I love the horse. The horse didn't turn out, so that's the way it is. So 2 years in a row, we bid on horses we didn't get. To my knowledge, neither of them have raced or been a factor in any way, shape, or form, because you never know. But that shouldn't deter you from saying, oh, I guess you just can't pick horses. Okay, if you say so. We've done pretty good over the last 4 years, too. So, and that's not to say you can just buy cheap horses and do good. Yes, My Jazz was 6,000, right? Yes, I'm a Lovely Lady was 14, and she's only made 15, so whatever. Globetrotting was 21 or 22 or whatever. Lawmaker was 20. And I can give you a lot of horses that did not turn out, that were a lot more expensive. So, you have to have luck and timing, health, soundness, and a good training regimen, and a horse that wants to actually learn and be better every day. You can put those things together, you're going to have yourself a good horse. So in regards to that group, yes, I'm very happy to work with a number of people to put that group together. And, that's probably about 5, 6, 7 people that wanted to put in an even share of 100,000 US. Every year we have people that want to do that, and this year we likely will also. Now, having said that, that's aside. When it comes to the overall marketplace of the sale, I believe there's going to be a lot of breeders approach us wanting us to take horses on, but I have to be careful also. One, I'm not going to give you a seller's price in a buyer's market, that's for sure. Two, I want to make sure that we can work with these breeders and build relationships with them, because it's important for us at the stable to be able to do that. But when we do go to the sale to buy horses, I am going to need people to step forward. People to say, in a perfect world, go to the sale. If I could have 60 or 70% of the horse I'm looking at sold for the price we want it before the sale, that would make things a lot easier. It'd make it a lot easier for me to bid on the horse. But if I'm going to roll in there with, interest from no one or 5% of the people, it's not going to help me very much, and it's going to put me in a difficult position, especially in the year 2020, where we might have 800 clients. We may have lots of people that watch thestable.ca and plenty of people that want to be involved. But I have to believe that you also have felt the financial crunch of COVID-19, and I have no idea, none. I am completely flying blind when it comes to whether our clients are interested in buying. We have had 10 maybe emails from people saying, I am interested, this is what I'd like to put in, I do want to be a part of the stable in 2021 and beyond. Perfect. Even if you're not interested, even if you just say to me, I don't think I can put anything out there, I'm going to have to try and scale back, we didn't have luck, or I had bad luck in the stock market, or COVID hit me tough, or anything, or just say, no, I'm out. That's fine. But if I can't gauge what we have to work with, it's really going to be difficult for me to operate in a sale capacity. I want to say a number of things, but at the end of the day, I want to make sure that I'm upfront with everybody. I want to make sure that everybody understands that I don't want to put myself in the position I was last year, where I relied, regardless if it was such an irrational thing happened that COVID-19, a pandemic, stopped the world and ceased all operations for what we were trying to accomplish. It doesn't matter whether I was attacked by a shark or a meteor hit my car. It doesn't matter. It happened. And I would rather not be in that position, heading into 2021 and beyond. So it is a difficult year for you. It's a difficult year for me. It's a difficult year for everyone, and a different world for everyone. And I think what you're going to see is, and listen, part of me hopes I'm wrong. I am absolutely wrong. Part of me hopes the breeders stay strong and they get what they want. That's great. Fill your boots. I'm just saying, on the off chance that you don't, which I don't know how you couldn't, on the off chance you don't, it is going to be a buyer's market. We want to be able to purchase horses. We want to be able to procure yearlings heading into 2021. I was a little more silent about this when the horses weren't racing good, but now that they're racing great in Ohio, it looks like we're starting to get our horses back going strong in Ontario. This virus may have been a blessing in disguise. You know, we got that big break in the summer we were looking for. Yeah, it's technically not perfect. The horses were sick, but now they're not. And I think they should be strong right through the end of the fall into the first part of the winter. Some of them, now we're not going to race our 2-year-olds right into December, but there are a number of horses in our barn that have stake races later in the fall. War We Welcome has a number. There's a number of horses. The 3-year-olds, Globetrotting, Spirit of Dio, these horses all have stakes well into the fall. And I think this will play well for us in that regard. So we have lots of racing coming up, whether it be south of the border, north of the border. I believe even in the other hemisphere they're starting to go. But a lot of stuff going on. So I want to continue to reiterate, because this is all happening so quick, right? Everything, it just feels like 5 seconds ago I got off the bike in Northfield. That was 2 days ago. So everything is moving very fast. Everything is very fluid, and I want to have some sort of a plan moving forward. So for those of you out there, you know what I'm talking about. We are the stable.ca. You, I, and everyone else that's involved in the stable. And for me to operate in a purchasing capacity throughout the fall in the yearling sales, I'm going to need people to step forward. I'm not asking you to mail me a check for $10,000 and say, hey, Anthony, do what you want. Not asking you that. What I am asking people to do is say, hey, are you interested in being involved in the stable this fall? If you're not, that's fine. Perfectly fine. You owe me no excuses at all. None. But if you are interested, it would be nice to know. So, I'm going to continue on my way down to Shoppers Drug Mart and get some Tylenol. Oh, I got to get Tylenol for... What's this guy doing? What are you looking at me for? That's weird. Tylenol, toothpaste. I don't know why I'm saying this out loud, but I'm going to Shoppers Drug Mart now. And then tomorrow at 7 a.m., this O'Malley here pulls out heading to the Meadows. I'm excited about the week to come. Just to give you a quick rundown. Monday, I will be at the Meadows. Tuesday morning, I'm training horses at the Meadows. Tuesday afternoon, I'm racing West 52nd in race 5. The second that race 5 is over, I'm getting in my car. I'm driving 3 hours to Urbana down by Columbus, where I am going to race 5 horses in the grassroots. And then, just so you know, I'm going to get back in my car, and I'm going back to the Meadows, 3 hours away, or however long I can drive for and pull over and get a hotel room. I'm going back to the Meadows, because Wednesday I have Sebastian Yu, who has found a new lease on life, seemingly. Sebastian Yu is going to be racing on Wednesday afternoon. I'm not going to stay for the other horses. I'm going to Northfield Park because my boy George, GW Chrome, is in, and Emerald Miss. Both are in on Wednesday evening. Thursday, I have qualifiers. I had a chip on my tooth. I had it repaired in Ohio, and as they were taking the x-rays, which they like to take, they found something. They think they have to do a root canal. So I said, Somebody said, well, you have free healthcare in Canada. No. No, you don't. If I have a chip on my tooth, that's considered cosmetic, out of your pocket. Your root canal, yeah, starts to bother you, let us know. Then we'll pay for it. Otherwise, you're on the hook for it. So I'm getting a root canal. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. I'm getting a root canal Thursday at noon. I'm getting a root canal. To my knowledge, as of right now, I have no racing Thursday evening. Friday I do. Friday is globetrotting in Columbus. Saturday, I'm in the Meadows for our trotting fillies. Saturday night, I'm going to be in Northfield Park with overnights, I believe. And then there's no racing Sunday. If I don't get anything in Monday anywhere, I might just head right out after Northfield. You don't think I will? You know me better than that. The second my last drive in Northfield's over Saturday night. If I don't have races on Monday, I'll be back here, see my family again. So, especially since you guys know by now, if you watched all these videos, I got my exemption. I do not have to quarantine when I come back to Canada. That doesn't mean you don't wear your mask. Where's my mask? You don't wear your mask because you do have to. But, I have to right now, actually. But at the same time, it does mean that I can function in society. So, that is a sale video. A lot that you guys didn't need to know, a lot you did need to know. You know where I'm coming from this, and I'm going to continue to beat this drum all throughout the fall. As I said, we are the stable, but we have to function together. And if people are not able or do not want to, for any reason, want to partake in yearling purchases, and training, and racing over the next year, let me know. No hard feelings, absolutely. Everybody is different, but I would like to know. So, I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. It is 8:30 at night on Sunday. It is exactly 10 and a half hours from now. I'll be pulling out and heading down the road, stop at Starbucks, and I will be in the Meadows for 12:45. I will talk to you guys soon. As I said, I hope you had a great weekend. I had the best weekend in the year 2020. Take care.